I was trying to draw a parallel between what might have been happening on a day that would have been real. Back then, specifically on the 5th and 6th days of December in the year 1928, a pivotal 2-day period, and considering the present moment, how exactly has that historical situation been successfully overcome, or perhaps regrettably not yet fully resolved? In the days we are living in the 21st century. And the truth is, it seems that much of what happened yesterday is happening today. There was a threat of invasion by the United States against Colombia. They had threatened that if the national government at that time, led by Abadia Mendez, a conservative, supported the banana workers, there would be an invasion. That seems very similar to today. There are threats in the Caribbean and against us of an invasion if the president doesn't say or do what they want over there. It seems like these are the same times. There are some differences. Back then, the conservative president, Abadia Mendez, decided to listen to the United Fruit Company and its government. The United Fruit Company is now called Chiquita Brands. And it has continued killing Colombian workers. And in literature that is read worldwide, more widely than we imagine, there were those in charge of death, just like today. Train cars filled with endless corpses, taking all day and all night to pass by. Countless filled with corpses that were thrown into the sea. Today as well, except that these corpses are from thousands of years ago, tens of thousands, millions, because coal was once life too, and it also passes by almost endlessly, day and night automatically, not to be thrown into the sea, but into the atmosphere, leaving us too with a trail of death here in the 21st century. About the banana growing people in the 1980s, 90s, and the beginning of the 21st century. Therefore, in two eras that are alike and yet not. Back then, the working class people did not have enough strength to make themselves truly heard, to become law, to avoid being unjustly executed. Today, however, things are different. The working people of Colombia have managed through their emotional unity, let's say, through their general policy, which is to live well in their own country, to win the government of Colombia. And that is why never, at least as long as these governments remain, will any order ever be given to any general. To execute workers or to execute peasants or to execute young people, as happened in the not so distant past, very close to this day. Nor to kill unarmed workers like those who fell here at the railway station. I said it on a street in New York and I do not regret it, and I repeat it. The military, armed and public forces of any sovereign country in the world only adhere to the directives of their duly elected president as long as the foundational constitution is respected. But when an order from a president, whoever it may be and wherever in the world, goes against the constitution of their own country, it goes against the constitution of humanity, because there already exists a constitution of humanity built around the work of international treaties and from the years and centuries of human wisdom. No soldier should obey any such kind of an order. Nor to kill boatmen, as happened here nearby in Santa Marta, poor people. His name was Jorge Elias El Gaitan, and he did the most. They threaten us with invasion. An invasion always brings the death of innocents. And the innocents are from the land that is invaded. Where will Latin American rifles be aimed? At defending the invasion? Or at defending the Latin American people? So here, from this square where we celebrate in quotes because we cannot celebrate death, only commemorate it just barely, to celebrate that it never happens again, we shout to all of Latin America that Latin America must defend itself and that this defense is sacred. Above all, the unity of the Latin American peoples, the unity of the peoples. Workers of Latin America, of the Caribbean, of Black America, all the way from Alaska to Patagonia, who from various political movements decided not to stand by, and that the weapons belonging to the nations must defend that unity above all else, so that we are respected, so that they do not kill our humble people, disguised as a president once said. Those young guerrillas are now being falsely labeled as narco-terrorists, when we all know that the fisherman from Santa Marta was simply a poor man, perhaps used by the mafias simply because his family was hungry. And those who are hungry should not and cannot be killed by rifles, knives, or swords.